Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial. Today I am really excited to introduce you to the Prefect. The Prefect is a tool in Python which we can use to automate and manage the workflow and data pipeline in the Python. If you come across writing the complex program which involves multiple tasks to execute in a sequence, and if you want to handle all the errors and you want to schedule the execution, the Prefect is a tool for you. Prefect makes it really easy for you to define the task, schedule them and monitor the workflow. Whether you are processing the data or the executing machine learning algorithms, or if you are automating something, the Prefect can be really useful for you. In this video we are going to start with the basic of the Prefect. Then we will see how you can write the Prefect task and combine these multiple tasks into the flow. Then we will see how Prefects execute the task. Then we will see how Prefect handles the multiple task dependency, error handling and scheduling the task. Then we will see how you can monitor the tasks using the Prefect dashboard. The Prefect dashboard gives you real-time insight about all the tasks that executed, whether those tasks are executed successfully, failed, or if there is any error. By the end of this video tutorial, you will be having a solid understanding about the Prefect. You will also be able to write the Prefect task and execute the workflow. Here are the topics that we are going to cover in this video tutorial. We'll start with introduction of the Prefect. Then we will see how you can define and run the task. Then we will see creating and managing the flow, how you can handle the errors, how you can schedule the multiple task flow. Then we'll see how you can monitor and manage the workflow using the Prefect dashboard. So whether you are new to the Prefect or you want to sharpen your Prefect skill, this video tutorial is for you. Let's dive in and start writing the Prefect. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our future video tutorials. Let's start coding. Now we are going to install the Prefect on your system. Before installing the Prefect on your system, I would recommend you to create the virtual environment. To create the virtual environment, you can just type Python -m and then venv. So venv is nothing but the virtual environment Python modules that I'm using, and then you can give any name to your virtual environment. Here I'm giving env-test. So once you execute this commands, you will be able to create the virtual environment. Then you have to activate the virtual environment. To activate virtual environment, just type source env-test, then bin and activate. If you execute these commands, you will be inside the virtual environment. You can see that I am inside the virtual environment env-test. Now install the Prefect on your system. To install the Prefect on your system, type pip install Prefect. You can see that Prefect is already installed on my system. Now I'm getting inside my test project directory where I'm writing the Prefect task. Now open virtual environment, and here I'm just going to write the Prefect task in hello prefect.py file. Now we are going to import task and flow from Prefect. For that you are just typing from Prefect import task and flow. Now we are just going to write a simple function, say def say hello, and inside that we are just going to print the message hello world. So this is a simple function. If you want to convert this function to the Prefect task, you just have to add decorator task. Now we are going to create another functions def myflow. Inside that myflow we are just going to call the function say hello. To convert this myflow functions to Prefect flow, we just have to write the decorator flow. Now we are going to call the myflow. For that we are just writing if name double equals to main call myflow. Now let's execute the program. So the first of all, I have to activate the virtual environment. So for that, type source env test bin activate. You can see that I am inside the virtual environment env test. Now let's execute the program Python hello prefect. You can see that you are able to print the hello world message. Along with the hello world message, you can also see the info logs. This info logs is coming from the prefect server. So this is how you can write a simple task and the flow. We can also add a multiple task into the flow. Let's create another task. I'm just copying the same task, and instead of say hello, I will say prefect. And instead of this one, I'm just changing message to welcome to prefect. Now we are going to add the task into the flow by calling say prefect function. Let's execute the program. You can see the message hello world. You can also see the message welcome to the prefect. Both the tasks are executed as a part of the flow. Here you can see the message that all states are completed. So this means that we are able to execute the prefect flow successfully. Now this is very simple program that we have written to execute the prefect flow. This is how you can use the prefect in Python to manage and automate the workflow execution and data pipeline. This is all about the simple program that we have written to execute the prefect task and the flow. Now we will going to see the real-time example where we can use the prefect flow and task. Let's consider you are using the ETL program where we have to extract the data from the website, then you have to transform that data and store the data into the database. So basically it involves three tasks. The first task is like to extract the data from the website, then transform the data into the required format, then store or then load the data into the database. Here is the program that we are going to execute to automate the ETL program using the prefect. So first of all, we are going to import the flow and task from the prefect. Then we are importing the request. We are using this request module to extract the data from the website. We have created three tasks here. So we are going to write the three functions for the three tasks. First function or the task is extract data. Another task is transform data, and third task is load data. Inside the extract data task, we are going to get the data from this URL. Now let's see what kind of data is present to this URL. I'm just copying. Open this URL in the browser. You can see that this is the sample data. It is present to this URL. Now we are going to read this data into our ETL. So this is the program where we are using the request module to read the data from this URL, and then we are returning this data. Then we are converting this JSON data to the Python dictionary and we are transferring this data. Now there is another task in transform data. Now we are going to transform the actual data to get the desired information. And then there is a load data. So in load data, we are supposed to save this data into database, but instead of storing this data into database, we are just going to print this data. These are the three tasks we have created as a part of ETL. Now we are going to write the ETL flow. Again, we are writing the simple Python function. Inside that we are calling three tasks: extract data, transform data, and load data. Now we are going to execute the flow. To execute the flow, again we are just calling the ETL flow. Now let's execute the program. Just to make it more meaningful, I am just renaming this Python file to ETL prefect flow. Now let's execute this file. For that, Python ETL prefect flow.py. So you can see that the program is executed successfully. You can see that the process is completed. All states are completed. Here inside the load, we are just printing the message loading title. Here is the data that we received as a part of ETL. This is the simple ETL flow that we have created using the prefect. So we can also add additional features here that is provided by the prefect. Suppose like if you are extracting data from the external URL, when you extract the data from external website, it is not always sure that you will get the data. so that like if you don't get data or if there is any error occurs while extracting the data, you want to retry that function execution again. So for that you can just add retries is equals to 2. What does it mean is like if the function fails, right, so we will retry it again. Inside the ETL flow we can provide any name, just like ETL flow. Now we are going to see how you can start the Prefect server and open the Prefect dashboard. The command is very simple. You just have to type Prefect server start. If you execute this command, you can see that the checkout dashboard at this URL. So I'm just copying this URL. This is localhost URL. You can open that in your browser. Suppose this is the URL that I opened. As of now, there is no flow registered to this dashboard. Now we are going to execute our ETL flow again. We will keep this Prefect dashboard running. Now in another terminal, we will execute the ETL flow again using command Python ETL prefect flow.py. If you execute this command, you can see that all states are completed and we also got the desired output here. Now if you go to Prefect dashboard, get inside the flow, you can see that the flow is created at this time. This is the exact time when we run the ETL flow. If you get inside the ETL flow, you can see that there are 3 tasks and all 3 tasks are completed successfully. If you get inside this detail, you can see that this task extract data, then transform data and load data, and we can also see the time of execution. So suppose like to execute the extract data task, it takes 1 second. Transform data, again it took 1 second, and again you can see the 1 seconds. So you can see that all these tasks are executed sequentially one after another. This is how you can start the Prefect server and create the Prefect dashboard where you can monitor all the tasks. Now let's understand what's the use of the Prefect or what Prefect actually can do. Prefect is nothing but the task management system where we can break the workflow into the smaller tasks, and each task does a specific part of the job, like downloading data or processing the data or storing data into database. So another use of the Prefect server is to create the flow where we can combine multiple tasks to create one single flow, and along with that it also allows us to add a retries and error handling mechanism to our task. Another feature is schedulings. With the schedulings, you can run automatically all the flow at a specific time or after intervals. The another feature is monitoring. Using the Prefect dashboard, you can monitor all the tasks in the flow just to make sure all the tasks are executed successfully. By now you should have a solid understanding about the Prefect tool, how to use the Prefect tool to create the task and flow so that you can automate the workflow in Python. Here are some more ideas to explore the Prefect further. So you can experiment with the more complex workflow. You can explore even more advanced features provided by the Prefect, just like mapping and result handling. You can also check out the Prefect documentation to get more insight about the Prefect tool. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find it very useful and you are really excited to use the Prefect in your project. If you have any question or need any further clarification, you can reach out to me in the comment, or you can also connect me. I love to hear how you are going to use the Prefect in your project. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit on the notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from me. Your supports really help and motivate me to create more such valuable content. Thanks again for the watching and happy coding with the Prefect. Bye bye.